Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show, y'all. Now check this out. Now, she's talking to two of the brothers now, and they're keeping it on the low. You know what I'm saying? Don't now one of them know about the other. And Mike don't know nothing about what his mom is doing. You feel what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. Check this out. Now, while the phone is with the brother that's holding the phone for the whole pod, he's always on the phone. Now, the other brother that's got this semi, whatever, he's only listened to it one time, but he's sprung. He's sprung like Donkey Kong. So he keeps going to the 9, trying to get the 9 to get the brother that holds the phone to let him hold the phone sometime at night and all this and that, right? Trying to convince the brother to spread the phone around. It don't need to be in one spot. We might get popped down there. They just need to, move it around a little bit, all that old kind of stuff, right? So the 9 tell him, no, it's not going to happen, man. Everything's straight where it's at. He said, if you need to use the phone, you need to go down to Brussels and take care of business. Other than that, then you don't get on it. So he go down there, he tell bro he need to use the phone, right? It ain't locked down. It ain't locked down. So he tell bro, can he get some privacy? So when he tell bro, can he get some privacy, bro step out, right? Bro put the violation up on the cell. Violation just cover up the window, right? So can't nobody see in the cell. So he hit Miss Cat up. When he hit Miss Cat up, she said, why you calling so early? And he tell her, look, I can't get the phone. They won't let me get the phone at night. This is the only time I can call. She was like, well, I can't do nothing right now. It's too early. He was like, come on, let me go on and hear something, this, and that. Can I hear something? Let me hear something. So she tell him, she's like, nah. She said, I'll tell you what. I got this recording. I can send it to you. Then you can listen to the recording anytime you want to. So he was like, bet that. So she sent him the same recording she done sent folks the first time, right? And then she tell folks, she said, look, this app, she know the app is on the phone. She tell him, look to see if the app on the phone. And it's on the phone, right? She said, look, this is what I need you to do. Because she know the password and everything. Listen to me now. This is how blind people are. She said, look, I need you to go in there and open up this app. He goes in there, open up the app, and she said, I'm going to send you this file. She sent him the file. Now it's on there. She said, but that's the only one you need to be, so don't mess with nothing else in the file. Come on now. When you tell a child, don't do something, the first thing they do is go do it. That's the first thing they're going to go do. Even though it's a different name on it and all this and that, that's the first thing they're going to go do. So when he uploaded that file that she sent him to it, he looked in there. He don't see but one other file. He clicked play. And it's her going in. I'm talking about like a mad Russian. She going in. I'm talking about, listen to me. The ocean is calling, y'all. You feel me? Like ocean spray is coming. And she hollering. And she's moaning. And she's, all of that. You feel what I'm saying? So then he listened to the one that she sent him. Exact same thing. So now he's sitting in the room with the violation up. He's starting to piece it together. He don't get mad, though. He don't get mad. He gets slick. He know how to get into the app now, right? So he don't even worry about it. He deletes the one she sent him. You feel what I'm saying? And just leave that one on there. Because now he know he can access it. It's the same file. He can listen to it anytime he want to. But he also knows something on bro. So now this particular brother, he's not the type to be discreet. He gets excited by knowing something on somebody. So now he goes and tells some of the other brothers, look, when you get the phone from folks, go look at this app and open it up. Here go the code. You can hear that pussy popping. They're like, oh, for real? He was like, yeah, that's my gal. This is what he's saying, right? He can't tell him it's folks' mama. He's saying it's his gal. So the word's spreading around. Every time the brothers get the phone, they going on this app. Now, folks that's holding the phone, he don't have no clue. Because every time these brothers using the phone, most of the time anyway, they ask for some privacy. He gave it to him. He ain't tripping. But he's still calling Miss Cat at night. She don't even know what's going on. She didn't even tell him that she gave that information to somebody else to get in that file. She didn't even tell him that. I don't even know why brother, the brother that holds the phone, I don't even know why he even allowed her to do that, because she the one that told him about the app, told him how to get in it. You know, a lot of brothers in here don't know a lot of this stuff. I know I didn't a long time ago. I still don't know half is what I need to know because they won't let me. But anyway, I ain't going to get on that. So now you got all of these brothers that's listening to Mike's mama playing her cootie cat. You feel what I'm saying? And that ain't straight. That ain't straight. Now, you know how it is. When something starts to spread around, guess who ear it hits? It hits Mike's ear. But Mike don't know that's Miss Cat. So now, when he go use the phone, he asks for some privacy. And guess what he hear? He hear his mama hitting that thing. Listen to me. He hear his mama hitting that thing. Now he pissed off because he recognizes her voice when she said, "Oh, get it, baby. Do it, baby. He recognizes his mama's voice. Now he pissed. He turned it off. He come up. He tell him, "Bro, come here." Bro come to the cell. He said, "Man, what is this, man?" Now the brother that holding the phone, he looking at him like, he said, "I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. What's going on?" He said, "Man, this file on here, man." He said, "Man, don't make me do it, man." He said, "Man, is this my mama, man?" Boy look at him. He's like, "Yeah, man. She sent that to me, man." So Mike tell him, "Get out. Get out. Tell him to get out of his own room." He called his mama. I'm talking about going off on his mama. I'm talking about going off. You could hear it outside the cell. He going off. Now, the 9 don't know none of this is taking place. He don't know none of this is taking place. So the 9 and the COS, they hearing about, man, Mike down there going off on somebody on the phone. So the 9 and the COS, they like, man, he finna get the phone pop. So they go down and knock on the door. Say, man, GB the reason, folks. It's the 9. He gets quiet. He pushed the door open. They step in, right? Say, man, what's the problem, man? He hangs up the phone with his mom. He said, "I'll call you back." He said, folk, crying, tears running down his face. So the 9 and the COS said, "Man, something going on at the house? What's wrong?" He's like, "Nah, man." He said, "Man, I need y'all to listen to something, man." Like, keep in mind, they don't know Miss Cat. They don't know nothing about her. You feel me? He hit the button, the on button. Man, immediately they heard somebody playing with that thing. So folks and them look at each other and said, "Man, who was that?" All excited like. He said, "Man, that's my mama, man." So now both of them get serious. Said, "What? It's your mama?" He said, "What kind of game?" This is what the COS said. "What kind of games you playing, man?" So why you got your mama on the phone? He said, "Man, I ain't the one got my mama on the phone, man." He said, "Brother, I'm recording my mama playing in her pussy." So the 9 at the COS, excuse me, they look at each other like, dang. They really don't know what to say. So the COS said, "Man, how did she get on the phone?" He said, "I don't know." "How did you find out about it?" See, the COS is responsible for all that kind of stuff. So he asked me, he said, "How did you find out about it?" He said, "Man, all the brothers was talking about it. They've been listening to my mama on his phone." So the 9 immediately know he got a problem. Because Mike is ready to kill something. And you don't want them type of problems in the org. It'll split the family. You don't want them type of problems. So he said, "Give me the phone, man." He said, "Your mama put this on here." He said, "Your mama sent this to him." He said, "Yeah, I've been talking to her." He said, "That's who you been yelling at?" He was like, "Yeah." He said, "Folk, call your mom." He called his mom. Then the 9 and the COS tell him, "Step out, man. We need to take care of it. We don't talk to your mom." So I ain't stepping out. Man, step out the cell, man. Step out the cell. Now, this his mom, but they tell him, step out the cell. He step out the cell. Excuse me. He step out the cell. And they say to her, "Miss Cat." She's like, "Yeah, baby. What's going on?" And she said, "What you mean what's going on?" He said, "Look, I'm such and such." He tell her who he was, right? He said, "I run the compound." And this tape, this recording on this phone, it sound like you playing in your pussy. She said, that is me. She said, I'm a grown woman. He said, so you sent this to bro? He was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I sent it to him. And she said, I sent another one to another brother. So folks and them looking at each other like, what the fuck? The hell is going on with her? You know what I'm saying? And then they said, look, you know your son tripping about this, right? She was like, I know, I'm trying to talk to him, but he need to understand I'm a grown woman and I got needs. And then the 9 trying to talk to her with sense, but she ain't on that. She ain't on that. See, what a lot of people don't get is everybody ain't as mature as they pretend to be, even if they are a parent, right? Even if they are a parent. So the 9, he's younger than Miss Cat. He see what he dealing with. So he tell her, he said, look here, I'm going to erase this off his phone because Mike ain't finna let this rest. And we're going to have to deal with these brothers and all this now. He said, but how long you been talking to the brother? And she told him a few months now. You know what I'm saying? And all this whole kind of stuff. She hadn't sent him any money or anything like it. It's just been a pure, you know what I'm saying, over the phone sex thing, right? So he said, look, I'm going to keep this phone and we ain't finna be going through this no more. You know what I'm saying? So he called Mike back in the cell. He tell Mike, he said, he showed Mike where he erased it, side of the phone. He done talked to Miss Cat. Ain't nothing like this finna go down no more, right? That's the end of it. It's over with. So Mike thanked him. And he said, man, let me call my mama back. He called his mama back. His mama, you know, she playing her role, though. She playing her role. She's still telling him, I'm a grown woman. I got needs. He said, but you didn't have to talk to now one of my brothers. And now all of these brothers around here done heard you playing with yourself. He embarrassed by that. He for real embarrassed by that. And now he got to walk around these brothers and they done heard his mama have an orgasm. Think about what I'm trying to say to y'all. Because this is the type of mindset a lot of these brothers have. They don't give a damn about a lot of stuff. They'll say they do, but they don't. If it's something that's going to make them feel good or give them some kind of advantage, most of them going to ride with it. And they'll keep that from you and they'll be laughing in your face the whole time they stabbing you in your back. And let me tell you about the 9. This particular brother, now he got the phone, right? He didn't take that phone because he didn't want bro talking to her. He see what he got. Even though he younger than Miss Cat, he a street dude. He see what he got. He got somebody that's going to do it. And he going to keep the phone. Him and the COS are the only one going to have access to the phone. And guess what? Miss Cat playing in that cootie cat for them now. Oh, yeah. She playing in that cootie cat for them. Because the game is so twisted and raw, you'll listen to me. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm about to say. Sometimes you'll run into some brothers that'll keep it thorough all the way up and down the board. Most of the time you won't. If they think they can do something that you won't find out about, they're going to do it. They are going to do it. And if you find out about it, they're either going to go one or two ways. They're going to push on you or they're going to apologize and hope that it goes away. But either way, they don't care because if they feel like they can whoop you, it don't matter. And ain't no putting no hand on the 9 or the COS. And ain't none of that. And if you do, it's consequences and repercussions. So the 9, he talking to Miss Cat. They kicking it. And I'm talking about when I say she playing with that thing, she doing her thing. And she love her son, but she didn't know how to love him in the right way when it come to this. Because that's a line that you don't cross. But she crossed it. She crossed that line. See, now the 9 got her putting in work all over. And he even tell her, he said, look, because the 9, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about the 9, this particular brother. He really don't care what she do, as long as she putting in work. But he see what she on, right? He see what she like. Now listen to me. This brother is over Mike. He over folks. You feel what I'm saying? But he see what kind of mama Mike got. He see what kind of woman she is. So he put her to work. He put her to work. He had some brothers out on the town. They'll pay for that thing. They'll pay for it. So he'll line it up for her. Say, if you want to get it in, I got you. So he started pimping from the penitentiary. Yeah. He started pimping Mike's mama from the penitentiary. And got her doing whatever she wants to do with whoever, as long as he get his money. Yeah. He's sending somebody by there every day. Keep in mind, let me tell you something. Keep in mind, they the folks, though. They the folks. They rolling by there, they knocking it down. Knocking it down. See, another thing, too, they from this particular area that they were from, it's a country town, right? Country town. So they looking at them like they slow anyway. She just happened to be one of them white liver women. You feel what I'm saying? And he was taking advantage of it and getting his money. And he kept that from Mike. Kept it from him. For a long time, he kept it from him. For a long time, he kept it from him. But like all things, it came out. It came out. She just could not keep her mouth shut. She couldn't do it. She could not do it. She would always be talking about this guy and that guy. And Mike was still the folks. So he's hearing about these particular brothers on the town. So he know who they are. But all of these brothers know Mike's mama is a freak. They know it. And they taking advantage of that. But they say they love him. Where's the love in there? Where's the love in there, y'all? See, a lot of these things, a lot of y'all, after y'all don't live this life and it's good, you don't ever do it. Y'all don't live this life and you don't know these types of people, but I'm telling you, this type of stuff happens all the time. All the time. When you play in the dark, everything happens. And that's what's going on. So when Mike finds out, he starts to see the folks for what it really is. What they are. He's looking at them. And he got rocks in his jaws for real because his mama has been turned into a prostitute, y'all. His mama is a hoe. Yeah. Yeah. He would hear brothers referring to his mama that way. Yeah. And then on top of that, they done got her smoking. She on that dope. See, when people don't care nothing about you, they'll drag you all the way down. They're not satisfied with this or that. See, whatever habits they got, they're going to introduce you to that habit. You feel what I'm saying? Good or bad. Good or bad, because they want locks on you. Plus, it's a shame issue. See, they're ashamed and they don't want to be around somebody that's not participating in the same thing they are, even though they over mistreating her, running in and out of her like she ain't nothing. They got her on that dough, so now they all sitting around, getting high, having sex, and Mike is the one that's having to deal with all of this, walking around amongst these people that say they give a damn about him, and they don't. But he don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. He can't confront the 9 because he's scared, and the COS because he's scared. So he's having to pretend that he's still cool with them, that he still will go to war for them. He's still all of these types of things that the folks are supposed to be to one another. He's pretending now. He's pretending. Don't mean none of it. And I wanted to share this story with you because I want you to understand how grimy it can get. See, a lot of these stories, I tell you, it ends up somebody selling drugs, somebody getting arrested, this and that. But what about somebody's mama getting turned all the way out? I'm not saying that she's not culpable to some degree, but folks in them took all the way advantage of her and turned her all the way out. I mean, turned her all the way out. Listen to me, y'all. I'm going to get graphic for you real quick, right? They got his mama selling pussy. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And they got on that dope. She lost her job because she can't show up to work halfway understanding what she need to do. So her only source of income is laying on her back. She was fortunate enough that, the house that she had was hers. It was already paid for. You know what I'm saying? Her husband was dead. It was just her and Mike. So she didn't have to worry about somewhere to live. She just had to pay the taxes on it or whatever you got to pay on it. But the point is, she had somewhere to live, but folks and them was in and out of the house so much, now it might as well have been theirs. But they loved him. They loved Mike, y'all. Now, he's caught between a rock and a hard place because his mama didn't understand she was playing with dynamite. She didn't understand she was playing with dynamite. She can't even come to visit him no more. She can't even come to visit him no more. She too busy laying on her back and smoking rocks. That's what it is. Or using the needle. I don't know how she used it, but the point is, she's too busy doing that now. He can barely talk to her on the phone now when she's got any sense, when she's not high. And that's the state of their life. Now, Mike, he's wondering what to do. What do you do in a situation like that? He got 3 more years to do in the penitentiary. 3 more years. It's going to be long 3 years to do for him. What do you do? I don't know. What would you do? What would you do? They didn't take it. They didn't force her. They used it and they tricked her. So what do you do? What do you do? He walked away from the org. That's what he did. He said he couldn't do it no more. He knew that nobody loved him. But see, I'm going to tell you what they did to him. When he tried to walk away, he walked away. When he walked away, they put hands on him. They whooped him. Why? I'm going to tell you why they whooped him. They whooped him because they wanted him to understand that he ain't running nothing. Because they were thinking in his mind, he probably thinking if he gets out of the org, he can convince his mama to leave him alone. And they weren't having that. They wanted him to be so afraid that he would walk away from his mama. They wanted him to be so afraid of them that he would walk away from his mama. But he wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to do that. So he cleaned himself up because he had been smoking up, failed a few piss tests, had a chance to go for parole before the 3 years, but he jacked that off. So he got another year at least to wait before he can go off for parole. If he don't make it then, he's going to have to flatten. That'll leave him with 2 years to do. So he cleans himself up, goes up for parole. He makes parole. So he gets out early, a whole 2 years early. He goes home. His mama is a full-fledged junkie. I don't even like using that term. Let me just say addict. I'm going to say that. I don't like using it. I know a lot of people might use that term, and then if I'm telling the story, I use that term so people can relate or whatever. But she's an addict now. And she's a prostitute. And he goes home. He tries to save her. He does everything he can to get her off that dope. Everything. Then one night while he was at the house, it goes down. Folks and them come over, you know what I'm saying, trying to take over stuff. You know, they've been doing it. They come over. She wants to see them because they got their work too. They got their work. And like I said, don't forget she got that white level. And if you don't know what that means, white level, what we talk about when we say white level, that means somebody that has an insatiable appetite when it comes to sex. Cannot be satisfied. Cannot. And that's what his mom was. And they took advantage of that. They took all advantage of that. So now, Mike's at the house, folks and them come over to see his mom. They talking crazy to him because he ain't the folks no more. They talking to him like he don't even matter, like that house ain't his. You know, it's him and his mom, but they act like he's not supposed to be there and they are. Now, you don't forget Mike on parole. He on paper for 2 years. He on paper for 2 years. But he said he ain't finna take that. He's not going to accept them continuing to treat him the way that they're treating him. So they get to fighting. They get to fighting. Gunplay come in. You know what? You're going to have to tune into the next episode. I ain't going to even tell you about that till the next episode, right? What happened with this fight with Mike and the folks, right? This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. And I stay peace, y'all.